Church, I hope you're well. I've put this video on today because I want to address two things that I want to say really to us all. The first one is thank you, and the second one is to talk about the new government guidelines for churches opening up in July. So firstly, thank you. Well, I want to say thank you for being truly a family during this last few months, for staying connected through staying with your home groups over Zoom, for engaging with the church quiz and engaging with courses, for putting so much wonderful stuff on the church Facebook page. It's been just really encouraging, building one another up, helping one another, just encouraging one another and just bringing life to one another. And for those of you who've tuned in to the Sunday morning live stream of our church service, thank you for doing that, and thank you for all your positive comments. And can I encourage you, church, if you've not yet done that, do that, because those services have been wonderful. We've just had such great engagement, and it's just felt like church, even though it's not church as we know it. But it's been really, really good. So please tune into that. Secondly, I want to say thank you for your faithfulness in financial giving. Over this period of time, you've been faithful to God and to the church, and given faithfully and consistently. And because you've done that, and many of you chose to switch in the early days to electronic forms of giving, which was really helpful, and you can still do that if you're able to do that by contacting the church, which is really helpful to us. But also those of you who couldn't do that, you've continued to give by posting your tithes and offerings through the church door, which has been amazing, and you've just been faithful. And because of that, we've been very, very healthy financially. So much so that we have been able to help only in a small way, but we've still been able to help other ministers and churches who have not been in such a healthy place throughout this period, through many and various reasons. We've been able to offer small amounts of help to others. And I just want to tell you that is such a blessing. For us to be able to support others and give to others is such a blessing. And God will, of course, bless us. We don't give to be blessed, but He will, because He does. And so that's I just want you to know that's what your faithfulness has achieved, is for us to be able to help other people. Now, I want to address the issue of opening up. First of all, I want to say that for us as a leadership, whatever the guidelines are by the government in terms of when you can open your doors, we have two tracks that we need to be in place, that we believe should be in place before we open the doors for Sunday corporate worship again. These two tracks we feel are very important. So if you imagine them like two tracks that need to be laid before our train can move forward with our Sunday morning services and our corporate worship together, we believe these need to be in place. So the first track is that we believe that everybody should be able to come to church should they choose to do so. Now, everybody should have the option for attending church if church is open again and open for people physically meeting together. Then everybody should be able to go. Now, under the current guidelines, there are people who, should we open the doors now or in July when we're permitted to do so, would still be excluded because of certain circumstances in their life. So they do not have the option. And it's an option, so they can choose to go or choose not to go, but they still don't have the option, and therefore would be excluded. Now, we believe that church should be available to everyone, and they should have the option to go. So therefore, we don't want to proceed with that opening up process until everybody has the option to engage physically and come physically and connect should they want to do so. So that's really important for us. So that's one track for us. The other track is our expression as a church. We, as a church, believe in certain things, and we have certain ways of expressing ourselves. We believe in singing together, worship. We believe in the gifts of the Spirit. We believe in corporate prayer. We believe in encouraging one another. We believe in praying for one another. Now, at the moment, there are certain restrictions in place which would not allow us to express ourselves as a church as we understand. And we believe that second track needs to give us the ability, with rules in place, social distancing or whatever we need to put in place to keep people safe, but to still be able to express ourselves as a church as we culturally understand it. And at the moment, and even with the opening up in July, that track would not be fully laid. So therefore, our 2 tracks are not in place. So we are going to hold back until we have the tracks in place to be able to open safely and within guidelines, but to have our 2 tracks in place so that we can move forward as a church and meet physically again for Sunday corporate worship. So we will be working and we will be giving information over the next few weeks of how things are looking, and depending on the way they change, we'll move forward. But right now I want to tell you that we believe we're trying to follow what God is telling us and holding back on that corporate meeting together until our 2 tracks are in place and until we can safely open church in the way we understand it and know it. So I hope that's okay, church. I will put more videos out with more detailed information, but for now, that's what we want to tell you. We're going to hold back and we're going to take it slowly and prayerfully. Hope you can go with us on that, and I hope that's okay to you. Bless you all, church. We love you. Amen.